appearance of an infinite source of potential soulmates can actually skew our search for Mr. Right. In my earlier dating days, I was limited to searching for a high-quality, attractive man in my day-to-day life. I dated guys I worked with, guys I met through work, and other guys that I worked with. Eventually, I got into work situations where the options just weren't there. Where do you go to find Mr. Right? Where would you look for him?
I would say just through friends. Yeah? That's probably the best place.
The gym. Yeah, the gym. Because then you have like similar interests.
Yeah. The nursery.
Oh, like gardening kind of thing?
Yeah, people are all into nature. And
that's kind of cool.
Green thumbs are good to have around the house.
School.
Yeah.
School's a good one. I think sports is where I, through like volleyball and like different social networks.
Right.
Like
friends, I think is the best way to do it.
Well, the grocery store is not bad, actually.
Just sit around squeezing the fruit and hope he comes along, or... I've heard the produce section is the best for dating. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I find carbohydrates. Get in the bread aisle.
And where's a good place to meet men?
I don't know. If you find out, tell me.
What about the bar?
No.
Sketchy.
That's a bad place to find guys, I'd say.
Where did you meet your guy that you're dating?
At the bar.
Uh-oh. I've never really had luck at bars because I don't think I have the self-confidence to go up to somebody at a bar and introduce myself. So internet dating really appealed to me because I felt confident in my writing abilities, and I just was able to contact people through email, and if they didn't respond, so what?
I think because Erin was so disheartened with the real-life people that were immediately available to her, that she began doing the online thing. That's really a popular thing, especially at that time, just got to be really accepted socially.
I started online dating to increase my chances of finding Mr. Right, but would it help or make things worse? Have you ever tried any internet dating at all?
I did, and it was disastrous. It was absolutely disastrous. The profile rarely represented the person I found. Rarely.
I have a nephew who met his wife online. They've been married about 5 years.
Yes.
How did that go for you?
Yeah, how did it go?
Okay, one really bad date. Oh my God, never do it again. And then one good guy, I guess. I have friends that are currently doing it, but...
Are you hearing any results?
They go on a lot of dates.
Yeah.
A lot of first dates, I think, is kind of what happened.
As our access to a supply of single men increases, our standards actually rise along with it. A popular joke on the internet explains how having lots of choices can lead women to be greedy. A new husband shopping center opened where women could pick and choose the husband of their dreams. Once you go up to the next floor, you can't go back down. The center included 5 floors. As you went up a floor, the husband's attributes got better and better.
I think that women are too picky.
Everybody has their own list of what do they call it? The make or break list. You know, he must be 6 feet tall. He must make $200,000 a year.
I think you can get a list that is so long that really it's a computer printout and you need a Sherpa to drag it around.
Do you guys have a height requirement, like a minimum to
Taller
the guys
than me. That's it.
And obviously taller than me.
Yes, definitely. I mean, they have to be taller than me because I like to wear heels.
I don't know that if I date shorter, probably at least my height.
Only 14% of the male population is 6 feet tall or higher. Every inch taller than that leaves you with even fewer men to pick from. What kind of romantic things would you like guys to do for you?
Well, it would be wonderful if they take me out to dinner every night. They'd wash the dishes. They'd cook for me. In addition to being rich, having a great and fun job, taking care of the house, going shopping with me.
What do you think defines a picky woman versus a woman who's just being, you know, properly selective? Yeah, decisive, yeah.
I think someone that, can't see maybe beyond a certain attribute, that they couldn't just, you know, say if someone had, I don't know, long hair or they wanted short hair, that kind of thing. To me, that's something that's picky. That's not being decisive, that's being picky.
There's picky, which is, you know, a lack of confidence, and then there's knowing what you want, which is having confidence, right? And so picky, they'll take apart little things that you can work through, but knowing what you want, you actually kind of go in for the long haul and you work through them, and then you get stronger because of it. Picky is, you can see picky coming a mile away.
Yeah. And have you ever dealt with any women who are picky, known any women who are picky, or been accused of it yourself?
Well, I'm actually one myself. I've actually spent the last 24 years being single. So yeah, I'm incredibly picky. I'm not just saying that as an excuse. But yeah, but yes.
Have you guys ever dated any picky women?
No.
Are you?
No. Of course. Who hasn't, right? I mean, all women are picky.
Okay, so we got a woman here. She's going out speed dating. She's looking for Mr. Right, the man she wants to marry. And she's going to shut this guy right down. And I want to know if you think she's being picky or she's being reasonable. All right?
Okay.
Hi, I'm David.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Sophie. Tell me about yourself.
Well, I just recently came back from Asia, where I was working with an international youth outreach program, and my parents have been so supportive of my work. And they've said as long as I continue this kind of work, I can live rent-free, and of course that doesn't hurt either.
So you live with your parents?
Well, I live in a suite in their basement, yeah.
Wow. Picky or reasonable?
Reasonable. Reasonable.
Yeah, what do you guys think so far? Yeah? How come? How come?
Well, he dropped the parent name. It just seems a bit
much. It's a parent basement.
He could have just said,
it's
a suite. He didn't have to mention it, right? He could have just said, I live in a basement suite.
I rent a basement suite would have been fine. He didn't have to say moms. It's kind of a buzzer right there.
And what do you guys think?
I agree.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Have you ever been in that situation?
No, thank God.
I've lived in my mom's basement suite.
How did that work out for you?
Never luck when I said I lived in my mom's basement suite. No.
She can't come over and, you know, like what kind of relationship are you going to have when your parents are coming down to do the laundry and, you know, like check in on you? That's
a little awkward.
I think that's awkward.
So you would say she's being reasonable.
I think that's a reasonable concern if you live in your parents' basement.
So you think that's reasonable that you would give up possibly the love of your life because right at this moment in time they live with their parents?
Yes.
That's great.
I think it's reasonable. I wouldn't date someone at home at 25.
It's kind of awkward.
You know, on your own, and like when you go over, his parents are upstairs.
Well, then you can go have dinner with them after.
Yeah, exactly. Home cooked food.
After. Totally reasonable.
And what do you think, male in the crowd?
It's reasonable.
Yeah?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Well, I mean, she obviously has an idea in her mind of who she wants to date, so totally reasonable.
Well, I've got another one. Do you guys want to see another one and see what you think?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Chuck.
I'm Sophie.
Nice to meet you.
So tell me about yourself. What do you do? Hobbies?
Okay, well, I work in the IT industry. Hobbies-wise, I volunteer at the hospital. I like movies, I like cooking, going for walks.
What kind of movies do you like?
I love action movies.
Right. Have you ever been to the art house theater?
Well, to be honest, really don't like to read. You know what I mean? When I'm watching a movie, just kind of like to turn my brain off.
Right.
She's definitely being picky.
What do you think?
A little picky because I don't like reading during movies either.
I think it would be a deal breaker.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because from what you read and what you watch, a lot of dialogue can happen from that.
I think she's being fairly reasonable. Yeah.
How come? Why do you think?
Just because, I don't know, when it comes to like your job and everything, like that's fine, whatever you do, that's your job, and that's what you do on a daily basis. But as for common interests and things that you want to do in like your alone time, your off time, something you share with somebody else, you know, you want to be on the same page of things. And that is a turn off that when he said he doesn't like reading.